I don't think is a very wise way of being. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it goes for them because they're up against CLG, who have a coach in tonight.
Yeah, obviously they lost their fifth in the form of Fugly. He's actually been removed, and they're still working out who they're going to be taking forward going into this next phase of their career. But it's actually a very fast round here. Liquid going in quickly to that inside bomb site, got the bomb planted and found 3 kills as well. There's going to be a reply from Hayes. He takes down a Liege, but that's going to be the round over as Hiko finds the 4th kill. It's going to be Tarek remaining now, and not really much he can do here. Just going to be trying to run away. He's got a kit and a smoke. Stay up for next round. If he can get a kill as well, so that's extra $300. So he's getting himself a nice tight angle and hoping for the best here. But there it is, a very fast play from Liquid. It was a Liege that opened things up. Kusta picks up 2 as well. As you said, let's just get into this a little bit more while we're here. Tarek gets another kill. But yeah, they've been looking pretty shocking so far in E-League. It's after such a fantastic performance at the Major, getting to the semi-finals, 3rd, 4th place, and losing Simple, it seems like they haven't really recovered from that loss. And there's a lot of discussions going on right now, how we can fix the team and what needs to happen. Mo was suggesting that Kusta has to go. He feels like he's the player that needs to be dropped.
You know what? I'm going to say it right now.
Go on.
If I was going to build a North American team that I thought was finally going to be successful, it's a mix of the two in the server right now.
So what you're thinking, like maybe JDM, Tarek,
yeah, with negative Adren, negative Kusta.
I think that works pretty well.
I mean, that's an ideal situation. Obviously, contractual obligations.
Because Tarek can be secondary AWP as well to JDM. That already happens in CLG.
Yep.
And then you've already got the core, which is already very strong.
You've got your 2 entry fraggers.
And then you've got the lurker and the clutcher. Yeah.
Yep.
That would be perfect. Yeah, that would be very good. But
and then you get a very well-rounded coach.
If money wasn't an object scenario, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly that. Hayes gets the shot onto Nitro. That starts off well despite Nitro getting the first shot onto JDM. Does drop the bomb slightly, and this is going to be a follow-up. Elish gets taken down to 31 from Hayes' scout. Now the bomb plant does come in, as we often know, is the case on the B site inside a train because it's so quick to get to that default once you do come through these tight little choke points. They're going to hold off on Pizza. That's still going to give them a bit of a problem, though, because they are down 1 man. Good push up. Kusta, the man we just said needed to be removed. Well, he's not doing anything except removing CLG in this round. 3 quick kills with the AK-47, and they will hold on dearly in that anti-eco situation. Don't forget as well, Team Liquid quite clearly playing from the studios right now in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, a game against Renegades today, but they are actually up 12-3 once again, and I didn't get to watch the game myself, but once more it was the whole choking accusations coming out there. Obviously, like I said, it does get exaggerated now if you just lose a game. I don't think a large victory they call it choking, but Renegades played really well. I didn't get to watch it. There's a problem with casting till 7 in the morning. You don't really get to watch everything.
I have not seen any E-League games yet. Yeah. I'm lamenting that fact.
Well, on Friday we're not casting yet, so we can actually watch the final best of 3.
I can't do that. I have to get on a plane to go back to North America.
Okay,
thankfully.
Enough. So I'll watch that. I'll send you some texts when you land if you can get the updates.
That's true. I can do that.
Okay. Well then, it's going to be 3-0 in favour of Liquid here. Pretty simple round in the last one. And we go into this. So CLG, this is how you should be approaching the situation. I was getting a little bit frustrated in the last game, seeing it was TSM Malta constantly force buying after losing the pistol, even though they had the massive advantage. I mean, they didn't have the AWP in the first, but CLG making sure they do. It's an AWP towards JDM. Like I said, he's probably the best AWP in NA right now. I'd say almost undoubtedly, but we'll see whether he can perform here. It's going to be an inside play from Liquid. There's aggression from Cutler towards our lower ramp area. Doesn't find anything just yet, but it's a good nice play, actually capitalising here. Very assertive play from him. Find 1 kill, but Adren punishes him back. And now it's JDM on the retake with his AWP. Getting smoked out for now, and decent use of the utility as well. And there it is, JDM finding that first pick. And the retake is on, they have the man advantage.
Adren inside of the site, though, still on top of the train. He's going to get found out. Hayes spins back to find him, and that leaves just Elige far, far away from the bomb. Nothing he's going to be able to do. Smoke's down, already defusing it. He won't even get to an angle where it's possible. Try as he might. Yeah, nade as well. Desperate. Not going to happen. And now he needs to stay alive. Is a bigger problem. Thankfully, he does. Just barely. As Henry has to get dressed by our producer because he doesn't know how to put on his own shirt correctly. But it is the first gun round in the way of CLG.
3-1. And there is money available for Liquid here, so the AWP does come up Kusta this time. But JDM on the retake, coming in strong, finds 2 kills, and it's going to be the first gun round, like you said, going in favour of CLG Gaming there. Kusta looking for that first pick towards main. He was flashed out, denied anything at the moment. It was Hazed who had a great round in the previous. Let's see if he can continue that form. What a flick though from Kusta. Taking out Tarek. There was a flashbang coming in towards main entrance and Kusta wasn't ready for that angle, but the flick is. So we're 5-4 now. They can slow things down and see whether they can see a reaction coming into the CT there. Flashes towards Ivy. It's JDM seeing if anyone will give him anything to work with him. It's Hiko smoking off the left-hand side of that position. Adren joining him as well. Adren had such a great performance at the major. Definitely has slipped off the radar, I'd say, after he's joined the lineup full-time once again.
It's because, I mean, they go back to the old roles. He's calling again. He's back into a role where he's preoccupied. He's not on the EWP this time, but he's not playing that lurk freedom, which he was even praising. He was saying at the major, I'm so happy I can just do what I want.
Why would they put him back on the calling role, though, after all of that?
It doesn't make sense. It's a lapse in mentality, in my opinion. You finally have the most success you've had, even in Hiko's career, making it to a semi-final in a major. Let's go back to the ways that didn't work.
I was seeing some tweets from Alicia today. Actually, maybe we should cast this round. I'll get into that after this. But there's a lot to talk about. There it is. Cutler from the around through the smoke. No less. Actually takes down Nitro. Headshot as well. It's going to be a man advantage in their favour now. 30 seconds remaining. Terrorists have to force their way in, but they've got players pinching them from all sides. Cutler will certainly get the skill, but it's a Liege with a great headshot there to take him down. And we'll get the bottom part of this stage with a decent incendiary. That should actually settle down a little bit here, but I think it has been extinguished by the smoke that's already in place. Liege going to be burning alive there. Have to change the position as Jalen to get the drop. 3 versus 2. There's no real utility available apart from a flashbang on Adren. So very difficult scenario for them as well. Let's see whether they can hold this one off. I don't think they can. Hayes coming in for that pincer play. Gets the first and flashbang from his own teammate actually helps him out. He can't actually face that one. I thought he was going to get railed by Adren there, but there it is. They take a successful second gun round going in favour of CLG. The tweets I saw today from Liege were almost frustrated me a little bit. The fact that he was suggesting the way that the reason they're throwing a lot of these games or choking, it seems to be the buzzword at the moment, is a lack of experience. And
yeah, that doesn't fly anymore.
They were saying that back in DreamHack Valencia.
Yeah.
I was sending out a few tweets saying like, well,
you've been to a semi-final of a major. That's as much experience as you need. You've played in PGL in Romania.
Every big tournament there could be in the last like 10 months.
Yeah.
They played every online league. There's no way you can claim a lack of experience to close games out. But here we go then. It's going to be round number 6. Very fast play with the AKs. It's going to be the man player who naturally goes down first. It is a fast smoke execution, so it's going to come down to the lead right here. The final opening strike has been playing pretty well recently in terms of these opening kills. They've managed to find 2. JDM now feeling a little bit of comfort on the bomb frame. Misses a couple of shots and now under pressure as Liege is homing down on the bomb side. He's going to get a nice double kill there. That's a really great round from Liege. So we're just discussing.
Much needed round as well because they were starting to get grim for money. There'll be one more buy for CLG. Or will there? There's not really actually. Hayes, Cutler, and Tarek are not in a good position.
So just to reiterate, guys, Pitta is actually the coach of CLG. He's not a full-time player. Maybe one of the follower at the scene necessarily. And he was a legendary 1.6 player. Did dabble in CSGO, never really got rolling. And he lives in America coaching these guys. I think he's got a solid brain on him. So he has been beneficial to their success. It's been very turbulent for CLG. Had some massive ups and some horrible lows. But it's actually forced by they had an AWP from JDM, so it's the high-risk decision. If JDM can find something to absorb, it's glass cannon, of course. Maybe they'll be able to find something yet. Who's though, he's got control of the upper platform there. We discussed that being an expensive piece of real estate on the map. That's where most of the teams will be trying to force their hand towards us to push the CTs back. Let's cut that alone on the inside side, just the CZ. So if they were to go towards that area, it would be very beneficial for Liquid here. 4-2 on the T side, obviously very CT favoured map. In a matchup like this, I'd say that's especially true as well.
Hiko well and truly still out toward that spawn. They have lost a Liege early, again this time coming from Hazed with just the CZ. Hayes picks up an AK on that as well, which will not compliment Pitta's FAMAS and the AWP on JDM. He's watching upper right now as we see it, and he may get some action here as they are slowly getting closer to that corner. It's going to be Kusta, though, opping against him, and I favor JDM in this, but Kusta actually hits the shot. JDM slow reaction, and Kusta has the pre-aim, picks up a second onto Cutler. Where was this earlier today, Kusta? As it is going to be an unsuccessful attempt on a jump shot, but the third one picked that just barely misses out on that. Bomb goes down, and Liquid has a massive chance in this. Nitro getting one more on Tarek. He goes low, needs to watch for the nade that goes above him. That's aimed toward Pitta, who sits still on 100 HP. as he falls into push onto Adren. Still only a one-man advantage on this Liquid side, but Hiko's going to change that. Spray down goes completely in his favor, and he'll find both remaining frags.
Yeah, that forced investment from CLG not really working out for them though. He said JDM had to step up, but like you said, Kusta got better of him, and he had a couple of really exciting kills. He's on 9-3 after 7 rounds. And that seems to be the case with Kusta. Like he has some really crazy games and some explosive impacts, but sometimes he doesn't really show up, and that's been evident in the E-League so far. And he's had a lot of critique around him, I guess, but that's to be expected. You can't get your head down. I think you're going to get in all sports and all aspects of competitive elements of life. You're going to be people that are going to criticize what you do and call you out, and just whether you can actually bounce back from that and able to have the mental fortitude to ignore it and continue to do what you do. But we'll see how that continues. Obviously, very new to the top echelons of Counter-Strike. It's going to be a pretty simple round here for Liquid. They do take a ton of damage, but they're going to be coming out on top here. Cut to the last remaining player. He's towards Pop Dog right now with the P250. Doesn't really have a choice to drop down, but it's Kusta to find him with the Tech 9. 6-2 now. Like I said, just because CLG have the coach playing for him, his Pitta yesterday wasn't great. He's on 1 for 7 right now. It was okay. It wasn't anything special though. Like he was good for 1 frag. It was his aim that seemed to be letting him down a lot of the duels. He had to play with like the kind of brain game where he could just put himself in this and he got 1 kill and then die.
Yep.
He couldn't really.
Yeah, it was when he came into like clutch situations or you know pressure situations. He couldn't really match the task.
Yeah, that was a problem. They are going to be. I thought the economy would be completely broken here, but CLG have managed to get 5 M4s. They've got a bit of utility. They are lacking hits. Just Tarek one of those. And the AWP on Kusta and the shots he's hitting right now, I heavily favour him in this round. More of a standard play here. The bomb down at T-spawn. 3 players towards Ivy, just trying to work the kill here. All the grenades being thrown towards Kusta, and like we said, he's going to struggle with these duels. He's in the smoke right now, but through the smoke, that works out for him. He's done Hiko as well. Looking for more here. I'd say just be satisfied with that. Now, it's up to CLG to capitalise.
Molly's off the corner. Make sure no one's going to be pushing up with an AWP or any rifle for that matter, as there is not an AWP on CLG's side. Hiko already has left us for this round, so be watching on through the eyes of one of his teammates as they try and claw back the deficit. Pitta's gone to 46.
Hayes doesn't really need to be here, so I can think reevaluating the situation. If he dies, that's a bit of a blunder. This pop flash is going to work out pretty nicely, but look at the thing, it gets the jumping shot on towards Kusta. Gets the barrel of the M4 down his throat there, but Elige gets the refresh from Pop Dog. Still opportunity here to take the round. It's going to be a 3-on-2. Make it a 2-on-2. Lovely shot there from Nitro. Now the retake is on. It's Cutler and Pitta. And Pitta, like we said, the coach struggles in these cut situations, and that's evident as Adren blows his head off. And he gets 2 as well at the end there. So nice round from Adren. And it's going to be Liquid extending their lead now, and that's going to be CLG surely going to be equaling this one.
7-2. Liquid, great start so far on this T side of train.
Absolutely.
And they've got big money built up as well on Adren and Nitro. A little bit less than the other 3 because they've reinvested into this round slightly, but they've got easily a round in hand. As it is going to be Hayes leading the way. 12 kills for him. But Elige is going to walk inside of this A side. Already a Molotov out toward Hitch. They know the situation that it's likely to be an eco, so they're going to get aggressive on it. Nitro again finding entry kills as per always. And Elige, there's his sidekick picking up on Pitta.
Yeah, this would be really nice for Liquid just to guarantee themselves a place at the finals in London here. Obviously, done that with the D-League, and they've already got legendary status at the Major as well. So this is just like adding to the prestige of the team, I guess. But obviously, a lot of people speculating in the future on whether they're going to keep the same lineup. I feel like it does need to be addressed right now. But if they do qualify for London and they're still in the E-League, they're not out of the E-League, even though they're 0-6 right now. They still, I think they go up against Luminosity. They've just got 4th seed right now, so I think that's going to be their first game.
Yeah.
Well, I guess is that on Friday? Is that the game that's happening? I'm not sure.
I haven't looked at the schedule.
Yeah, but well, basically, regardless, they're playing against Luminosity as the deciding match.
Ooh. Tag through leg. Nitro gets caught by JDM on the pistol in the end as he commits to that ladder position, and JDM just waits for it, knowing he hit the shot. So, interesting commitment from Nitro. Cutler's going to Molotov out. That'll force them down the alleyway, but he's going to wrap around and try and play the Taz spot when they enter in and leave Hayes to cut them off once they get that far forward, but that's not working out. Adren and Hiko have kills. Kusta finds one before it, and Hayes loses that AWP immediately. This is a problem for them. Pitta finds Hiko, but still there's... Yeah, there it is. That's the offsetting kill.
Yeah, and it's JDM now with 15 HP. has got a kit, a smoke, and a flashbang, but 2 players to find and a bomb to defuse, which is ticking away at some pace now. He's just edging his way in. I don't really think he has a chance there. At this point, they just need the rounds. He needs to take the opportunity and see if the gamble pays off. He may find Kusta here, but he actually repositions himself quite nicely. He's listening out for the bomb and actually denying him anything to work with. He's just going to assume both players are towards upper and lower. But there it is. Kusta gets the final shot. JDM goes down. It's 9-2. And Liquid really are doing some serious work here. That's actually a double orb set up there from CLG. And this is getting to the point where they maybe need to be buying into these rounds to try and get something out of them, and maybe Famas's M4s and a Mag 7. But they're one of the teams that we're happy to be a little bit more conservative. The problem is it's just spiraling out of control right now. Yeah, there is a force buy. So Nova's M4s. Can I have a look at the money on the scoreboard, please, to see how deep they went with that? Okay, so Pitta goes all in. He's the coach. It's not like he's going to be the one to carry them through this round. That's a really weird decision. Ooh. So he limits himself. They're almost certainly going to lose the round. And let's see if he can do anything with this. He's towards main. They've spotted him as well. And that's actually, I think they spotted like 2 or 3 players then, so probably would be shoving all in towards the inside area. Alige, his objective right now, stay alive as long as possible. And there it is. Nitro on the other side of the map. They send Cutler. They know he plays that by himself. And in they go. That's the Nova down. I'm still trying to work out the decision from Pitta there. He's going to be locked into a pistol. He needs all the help he can get, but JDM does find a kill on the round.
And that poor flashbang gave him the vision to do so, but Hiko's going to get that back. Bomb in front of Hiko on the sidewalk, not electing to grab it. He just wants to close this out on kills. Find the first onto Pitta. Hazed, spray, 9 HP, not quite taken down. Just a 1-man advantage for Liquid in this situation, but then it's closed out by Kusta.
So let's have a look at Pitta's money, 3,800. So it's not as bad as it could be. You can see a drop is potential there. You could probably drop him for Famas maybe. They're a maximum loss bonus, of course. So we'll see what he decides to bring in. Pitta. So yeah, he's got an M4, body armor, no kit, no nades. He's got to hold Ivy. So Ivy obviously reliant on having the smoke to hold them off, and then they send her and they push through maybe. So he's got to be very passive now. He can't really challenge like he was before. That's a play right at the back. How many Molotovs going to the terrorists here, and they will be facing towards the Savi area with the AWP of Kusta and Adren backing up with Hiko. Jumping across as the bait out a shot and allow Kusta to answer back even if he dies. The return frag is more than worth it. It's JDM now. He'll be the one focusing mainly towards, and it's going to be a double kill coming in. Pitta drops as well. Uh-oh, Tarek.
That's poor timing.
Uh-oh.
You would think that the call would have been made that they're pushing down aggressively, and he tries to smoke it off and gets caught out instead. Cutler manages 1 kill only in return. It's on to Hazed, and he's dropped by Nitro. Liquid just continue to walk in and get their way everywhere. I mean, it's not even coming down to very many clutch situations. Look at the money for Liquid.
Yeah, this half has been a horrible affair for CLG. And we'll see if they're forcing. Yeah, at this point, you can't allow Liquid to get to 12 rounds already. They need to start getting something here. If they can do the 11-4, squeeze out something here. JDM could get the AWP once again, but he's hardly been carrying them. It's not like he's been very influential with the AWP or had massive impact. As these fast plays from Liquid have been shutting them down. Once again, it's Nitro. Very good point player, and it's Hiko's actually opened things up here. He gets the first kill. Cutler doing what he can, not playing inside this time. JDM finds a lead as well. 4-on-3 to the CTs, but next move coming in from Liquid. It's a dreadful take on Cutler.
Hazed, Pitta, each with a kill. Adren's going to pull that back, though, but these M4s still prevailing in this situation. It's 3 now for Adren, 34 HP, and he has to go against JDM on the AWP.
So much time available, though, so you can do anything you want, so really. It's very hard, it's very difficult to sway it in your favour. It's just going to come down to the zero information you have as to where the remaining CT is and trying to read what he may be doing. This is perfect for JDM, stay towards a connector area. Hope the timing's working in his favour. And with the AWP, they do know where each other are now.
That's a risky play from Adren as well, to try and peek that on this ladder. He's blinded up JDM, but he has to cross over still. AWP out. Not able to land the shot. Goes down to 67. Adren has bomb. He's just going to try and get into the position to plant it now. That's going to allow JDM to push up slightly on his left. Adren's got no idea where he's gone either. He thinks he's up right. And this is JDM just holding the angle. He's not peeking it out, though. But Adren, if he takes one step over to the left, JDM is there. Why does he not hit that shot, JDM? You would have bet your house on it. But Adren pulls it off with 3 kills to make it a 12-2 situation. And money is going to be forced, obviously, from CLG, but not perfect for a full buy.
Yeah, that's JDM. You thought you had that one. He was committed to watching lower ramp there. Was almost certain that's where he'd be heading towards, and just didn't hit the shot. Gave Adren 2 or 3 seconds to come in with a little spray down with the AK there, and it's a 3-on-1 for Adren, working out 12-2 now.
Do you know what I think JDM was doing?
What do you think he's doing?
Letting Liquid get a massive lead. because then they'll win the game.
What do you mean?
Liquid not closing out games.
Oh, right. I see what you mean.
You ruined that one.
Yeah, I was like, what's he talking about?
It's all right.
I thought you were actually being serious.
I'm never serious. I mean, imagine, just give that a thought for a second. Like if Liquid did that again, they've got to close this one out.
This game, surely not.
They have to do this, but
Hayes,
shotgun coming in aggressively. Elise is able to win the duel despite getting the first shot. It clipped the edge of the wall, so it only took him down to 34 from that range.
Do you think they joke about it now when they get to the next half?
I hope they do. No, I hope they do.
Well, guys, should we do it again? Surely not this time, boys. Well, they haven't won 13-2 just yet. It's put out towards a main with the Famous. Surely going to be taken down there. That's a really weird angle for him to take. He's just kind of hoping the smoke will work in his favour, but it's definitely not going to. Adren finds to kill him with Tarek. Kind of doing what he can from E-Box, but that's all he'll get is one frag. JDM just with a scout now. Going to be smoked out of connector. Maybe to find his kill. Oh, okay. It's not. JDM's been pretty quiet.
He has been very quiet in this game.
7 kills, which isn't the lowest by any means, but still Tarek as well. He's the secondary AWPer. Yeah. And 4 kills for him. It's Pitta with 5. No one really doing anything for CLGs. Hayes had that good, the 2 rounds that did go, was that really strong retake from Hayes, and he had got some good rotation kills as well, but all the clutches and all the kills going in favour of Liquid there, especially that 3 versus 1 with Adren as well. 13-2.
And it's Adren and Kusta that lead the way, oddly enough.
CLG, the formula of an ECS means they will win the pistol, and then we'll get a game on our hands.
And that is 100% what normally happens.
I still kind of buy this CLG bring to the table though. 3 sets of armor, make it 4, pits up with the smoke grenade. That to me almost suggests it's almost certainly an inside play. Smoke down lower ramp, flashbang through the window, and you just try and get the bomb down. Like I said, well, like I always say, I should say. It's when you go towards that inside area, you may not win the round, but you almost certainly guarantee the bomb plant. So right now the terror's holding up, seeing if any CTs will be deciding to push in. They're actually not going to go towards lower ramp, which is interesting considering they have 1 smoke and they're up against USPs. But let's see how this works out for them.
Smoke over. Kusta going to get up on top of the bomb train to spot above this smartly so, but can't land the shot yet. Now he does. Pin it down. He falls up. Hayes goes as well. JDM's wrapped around onto him, but it's a good start for Liquid to build upon as Elige is able to pick up 2 of his own, and it's down to just, well, Tarek, and he's gone as well. Nitro with the kill. 14 rounds now for Liquid. For once, it didn't happen, Henry.
I'm trying to wonder, was that a set piece from CLG? That smoke looked like it benefited Kusta. He's like, hey, you guys want a one-way smoke? Here you go, no problem. 3 kills. And it's Kusta that picks up 2 headshots there. He had to go perfect cover. As soon as he had to reload, he drops into that smoke. That's why I said the 1 smoke buy, that normally suggests you're going to go towards the lower ramp and get that bomb down. They don't get a plant. So they will be forcing into the second round here. It's 14-2. Scout comes on JDM. Rest of the players on upgraded pistols. They've got 1 smoke, 1, 2. And Hayes will that first kill with the Deagle. Not going to happen though. Kusta continuing his good form here. Kill the UMP. Decent nade damage onto his Cutler as well. He was in the top of them also.
And rocket in toward the hallways. Long angles being played right now from Liquid. Hiko, Scout. Checking out the upper position. Cutler's going to walk down now with the Deagle, try and get over toward that hallway. Flash out through the window, potentially. Could allow them to bust onto the site with speed. Seems like Cutler's going to be the one to throw it. Now they'll try and go, but he was playing this. Now he's going to spot them and realize. Scout goes up, hits the first shot, but he's tagged up in turn as JDM hits him with his own Scout, down to 31 on either side. 13 now for JDM, as Adren, though, does take down Tarek. Bomb plant comes in for CLG. Flash out, Adren able to avoid it. Still, though, look at this position from Kusta, and it's going to be an easy cleanup. Liquid, all 5 players stay alive, and that despite the early damage onto Hiko.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming in, but they get the bomb down. But I think that's all she wrote for this map, I'm afraid. 15-2. And on the T side of no money at the force. And we said they were going to struggle. We did, like, obviously, Liquid had a bad run recently in the big LAN officials, but with CLG playing with the coach and them not necessarily being in especially good form themselves, I always did think this was going to be the result. I didn't think it would be this brutal, though. Training, very difficult map to slot the new player in. But, Tech 9, 2 AKs available. There's a scout back on JDM, but he's had a very full game as well. 15-2, you feel like this will be it, but let's It's never that simple.
Tarek back inside of the site does find one onto Elise. They follow it up. Tarek gets a second, but Adren, he's got two of his own. He's going to switch back over to a pistol, and Adren's having a heck of a game. He goes to the AK. Nitro's got JDM in front of him. It's all on Peta, and it's 16-2 for Liquid over CLG on map 1. A dominant performance, I have to say, convincing fashion, perhaps